Hey guys, welcome back to the 50/50 Showcase, my series of videos about City of Heroes, a bunch of different builds, 50 of them to be exact, 50 days of level 50 characters, 50 different ones, bunch of blasters, brutes, dominators, defenders, controllers, corruptors, masterminds, tankers, blah blah blah, etc., 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 50 of them. Anyway, this is number 4. This is Knife Fish. He is my fourth blaster. He is an electrical blast. Ninja training electrical mastery blaster. Unlike the previous three blasters who kind of focused on debuff, this particular blaster is actually going to focus on control. He is going to have multiple ways of stacking holds, single targets, and a couple other soft controls on top of that. But he's all about sort of just hold, 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 multiple different ways of doing so. So let's take a look at his build and see what it's all about. Go ahead and turn on the mids. Here it is. We've got electrical blast. You can see this build has every single blast with the exception of the snipe, zap, ninja training. It's got every single power in ninja training. And then electrical mastery, it's got every single one with the exception of surge of power, because if I need surge of power, I might as well be dead already. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So the name of the game is hold stacking. This guy's all about especially single target control. And it starts here with charged bolts. Charged bolts. This is a single target, just damage attack. However, if you take a look at the set I put in there, Devastation, I have the chance to hold proc. So what that means is every so often it is what, 3 ppms procs per minute, I believe that stands for. So whatever that is, every 20 seconds or something like that, you're expected to get a hold. I think it's like a mag 2. There you go, mag 2. So you're talking, what is that, minions, maybe lieutenant. However, that's not the only source of hold I've got, because check it out. His immobilized dart, the single target immobilized power, also has a chance to hold proc in it. So chance to hold, chance to hold. Ball lightning, that's just an AoE. Sting of the wasp, that is one of his melee attacks. Short circuit, that's a PB AoE. Pretty devastating PB AoE, by the way. Choking powder, check it out. Here is his one, I guess, AoE hold. Choking powder, I believe it's a cone. And it has a hold built into it, so that's another chance to hold. That's 3. Then we're looking at skip, 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 keep going, combat jumping, Tesla Cage. There is his first pure hold. Tesla Cage is a blast that has a hold built into it. Skip, 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 keep going. Lightning Bolt, here we go. Another hold proc I have in Lightning Bolt. So that is, what, the 5th possible hold at this point. There's your nuke, Blinding Powder. That is actually an AoE Confuse. It's not a hold. Another melee attack, Static Discharge. That's a cone. Shocking Bolt. There is another hold right there. Boom. So that's what, the 6th hold, I think, if I'm counting correctly. EM Pulse. That used to be a hold, I think, but it's actually a Disorient now. And I think that adds up all his different holds. So if you got Charge Bolts, chance to hold. Immobilizing Dart, chance to hold. You've got Choking Powder, hold. You've got Tesla Cage, that's a hold. You've got Lightning Bolt, has the chance to hold, that's 5. Then you've got Shocking Bolt, that's a hold, that's 6. I believe I have 6 different ways of holding. Most of those are single targets, one of which is a cone. And then I've got the EMP, which is an AoE disorient, stun. And then you've got Blinding Powder, which is a cone confuse. So he's got lots of controls, but really they're all focusing on holding single targets specifically. So you'll see him, no matter what he's doing, whether it's just straight blasting or trying to, hold, he has a chance to hold. As far as survivability goes, this guy's similar to the other builds. He is not very high in defense at all, but his resistances are not too bad. Smash, Lethal Energy, those are like the top 3, I think, in the game. It's not the best, but it's decent. Recharge is pretty solid, 83.8%, so I'm going to have a lot of powers coming back pretty quickly, so that'll let me hold stack pretty quick. Endurance drain is minimal, 0.7. That's probably one of the lowest endurance drains I've ever seen. My own personal rule of thumb is I want a bare minimum of recovery to end drain of 2 to 1, 3 to 1 if possible. And you can see my end recovery is 3.4, end drain is 1.7. So I have almost a 5 to 1 ratio sitting here. So this guy is not going to run out of endurance. Who will run out of endurance are the enemies, because most of his electrical attacks are going to drain endurance with the minus endurance secondary effect to them. So I guess he's kind of debuffing endurance a little bit, similar to my first three blasters of Prometheus, Epimetheus, and Midnight Zone, who were all debuffing a specific to hit accuracy, defense, movement speed. So he's going to be debuffing a little bit of endurance, but I didn't build him strictly for that. As you look at his powers, most of them are actually slotted for damage. Several of them have damage procs built into them, and then I have the hold procs built into them. So he's going to be able to lay down a lot of damage, a lot of procs or just raw damage, and he has a lot of these hold chances smattered throughout his build. Survivability is going to essentially boil down to controlling and draining endurance from the enemies. Other than that, he's a pretty straightforward blaster. He does like to go into melee range because Short Circuit is an excellent PBAOE power. So if you've never seen it before, you go into melee, you spark electricity all around you, hit the enemies for damage, but you also drain their endurance, also debuff their recovery to get endurance back. Beyond that, survivability is based upon his... Scroll down a little bit. He's got the chance to absorb in health, basic stamina recovery power, but his Kuji in tow, I believe is how you would say that. This is his sustained power, regeneration, recovery, resistance to psionics, and fear. Just have some doctored wounds thrown in there. The problem with this one, it's a click. So I believe I have this set to auto fire, which is why you see I have a lot of recharge put into it so that it's constantly just firing away. It is going to recharge every 73 seconds, and the duration is 210, so it's going to constantly be up. So you need that, obviously. Otherwise, if you try to manually click things like that, you'll forget about it. Next thing you know, your regeneration or recovery is toast because you forgot to click it. One thing about EMP, it's a great AoE stun power, but it has a problem where it lowers your own recovery. It has a minus recovery on yourself. So that can cause a problem with an endurance crash where you have emitted all this endurance because it costs 17 with my slotting currently. And then after you fire it, your own recovery is debuffed for several seconds before it kicks back in. Other than that, I think everything is fairly straightforward. So speed and a hold stacking, that's kind of this guy's thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead is get some missions going on this guy, as you've seen me do before, some solos to start. Then I'll follow up with some team efforts after that, try to get a variety of foes, a variety of levels in here, so you can kind of see how this thing works at all levels. Oh, the other thing I did want to mention about this one, because this is another sort of theme I've got going here with at least these blasters so far, is they're all fairly inexpensive builds. I'm not sure I've shown you anything that is like over the top billion-dollar type of build. This one, a lot of fairly straightforward, simple sets. Nothing in here is super rare that you're gonna have to break the bank in order to afford. So this is another one of these cheap builds that anybody out there can put together something like this for 100 million, 200 million tops, depending on if you have resources in your base or how good your drops are during basic play. But there's not a lot here that's going to cost you a whole ton of money. And the last thing I did actually want to get into, I haven't really covered these too much in my other videos either. It's just choice of the incarnates here, and why are you going for certain things. You'll see I've got nerve, radial, paragon. Idea there's accuracy, right? Hey, who can't be more accurate, right? But it also has hold. and confuse duration boosts plus defense buffing, so that's a nice little thing. The taunt, that's not going to help me. Fly speed, that's not going to help me. It's mainly the holds and that confuse. So I'm trying to boost my control ability a little bit, especially the hold stuff. So accuracy, so it hits, and then hold duration so that it lasts longer. And then I've got kind of teaming up with that, I've also taken the control radial embodiment hybrid. So there is a chance for fear, chance for immobilize. So you saw that with Midnight Zone, where it's going to be a useful means of adding a little bit more layer of control to your power, especially the fear. That kind of gets the enemies to cower, has a chance to do that. It also provides me with some status protection, which is useful because I do not have Clarion on this guy. Instead, I went with the heal, which is rebirth. So it's a PB AoE, just a big burst of healing plus max hit points. And then as my interface, I did not lean into the control on this guy. Instead, I went for max hit points debuff. So that should lower, especially hard targets like bosses, it'll lower their maximum hit points, which is kind of the equivalent of doing damage. But if they're trying to, regenerate and heal back up, they're not going to get obviously as high as they could because you've lowered the max. And then it has a damage over time DOT of toxic damage. Ionic Radial, that is a ranged AoE, targeted AoE explosive electrical burst. It's probably one of the most popular judgment powers in the game. That's going to team nicely with my other AoEs. Like I've got Thunderous Blast, similar type of power. I've got Static Discharge, which is an electrical cone attack. And I've got Ball Lightning from down here. So I've really got three targeted AoEs plus the cone ranged minus endurance, minus recovery type of stuff, electrical damage. And then I've also got the AoE short circuit. So between those 4 or 5 powers, he can do a lot of minus endurance. And that actually triggers a secondary bonus for electrical damage. I think it's called Shock or something like that. I forget the exact name. It was an addition that the Homecoming team put into Electrical Blast to kind of buff it up to better match the other blast sets. What it loosely translates into is the lower the endurance of a target, when you hit them with another electrical blast, you have a chance to do bonus damage. And I think it's called Shocked, but don't quote me on that one until you actually see the playthrough. All right, I think I hit most of the things I wanted to talk about at this point, so there's nothing to it but to do it, as they say. I'm going to go ahead and get some missions fired up. Be right back. All right, welcome back for part 2, I guess. Here we are. This is Knife Fish right here. I'm going to be running like I have before. I'm going to go ahead and do a +2 × 6 council paper mission here in Granville. The goal of this one is to go ahead and defeat Archon Lucretia and his guards. Let me go ahead and jump into the mission and show you what Knife Fish is all about. Purpose of sort of this first mission solo, fairly low level +2s × 6 is to kind of shake off the rust, get back in the mood, if you will, for the particular character build that I'm going to showcase, and talk through some strategy, some pointers, that sort of thing. And then depending on how this goes, I might follow it up with a +3 × 8 to kind of boost up the threat level, the challenge. And then after that, I'll do 3 or 4 of high level or mid level team type of missions. But here we go. Let's get started. This is Knife Fish. There we go. There's my friends, the council, willing to be my test subjects here. I'm going to kind of scan here. So take a look. You've got a small group kind of in the front, but there's a second group hanging out in the back. They're probably far enough apart that I can't damage all of them at the same time. All right. So overall, my resistances to the attacks these guys are going to hit me with are fairly decent, about 50%. But I don't have any mez protection on this guy aside from what the control hybrid provides as a always on auto sort of power. With this guy, I actually went control partial radial. I've got the chance for fear, and I've got the +1 mag crowd control. So in other words, any of my holds, which is my big thing, have a chance to actually have a +1 on their magnitude. So if you remember with the chance to hold procs on with the, I'll pull this up so you can see it. So like with the devastation here, the chance to hold, that's only a mag 2 proc chance. So this adds another +1 to that. So if that happens to both hit, that could be a mag 3 hold right there. Plus my Tesla cage and my choking powder. These things are all going to be chances to hold, hold, hold. I think I misspoke when I said choking powder was an AoE. I don't think it's an AoE. I think it's just a single target hold. Pretty sure. All right, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to see what we can do. Let me activate secondary mutation just for giggles, see what that's all about. That's good. Hey, more recharge. Can't beat that. Let's see if I can get a bunch of these guys. I think I have about 6 targets here. So I'm going to do this. Eat one of these. I'm going to take one of these just because I bet that stupid vampire is going to do something. Hold wise. And they're all dead. Get ourselves a boss. Toast. I'm just trying to see because I think I might have changed this build from what I just showed you guys. Because I do have Zap. That's right, I remember. Excuse me. I do have Zap. I dropped, what did I switch out? One second. I dropped something else. Pull this up. Make sure I give you the most accurate, up-to-date, exactly what I'm running, so you don't think I'm lying to you. Pull this up again. Where's Knife Fish? One second. Open that. I think I did make a change. I do have, oh, I know what I did. I got rid of, here, I'll show you. I got rid of Voltaic Sentinel, so boom, I do have Zap. I don't have Voltaic Sentinel. My original build did have Voltaic Sentinel, but I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, right? You summon this little pseudo pet, it follows you around, it just randomly shoots things. Not very useful. I don't know. I just never really liked it. I don't think it's very good. So anyway, I ditched it and took Zap instead. So let's take a look real quick in real time. What is my slotting for Zap? So I put a set of Sting of the Manticore in there. So instead of the 4 slots that I had from Voltaic Sentinel, which was an expedient reinforcement, which gave me some resistance to energy negative, some damage, and recharge, I instead am running the Sting of the Manticore, regeneration, some range defense, energy negative defense, and damage. So the damage is kind of a wash, the boost there. I'm getting regeneration instead of recharge, and I'm getting some energy defense to boot. All right, so just quick clarification on that. I'm going to have to change that mids build so that that is completely up to date. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick so that when I post this up as the actual build, it's going to be exactly what I'm running. So I've got Sting of the Manticore, put a 4 slot of that in here. Let me see exactly which ones I'm running. One more second on that. Sorry for the delay. Forgot I had made this change. It's the Act, Interrupt, Range, and Dam, and Recharge. Okay. Put those in there. There's that one. And then there's that one. There we go. Save it. Boom. Okay, so that is the actual build I'm running right now. So that was the big change. I don't think it made a huge difference in the numbers you're seeing over here. All right, back to the mission. Put this, shut that down. Here we go. All right, so I just one-shot those guys with the nuke. Circuit boost, that's what they're calling it. Okay. Got a group over here. Yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be a challenge, guys, right? I mean, I'm just kind of going through the motions here, to be honest with you. Probably should, you know, eat some Skittles. This guy feared. Shocked. He's shocked. All right, there he goes. Probably helps if I turn on all my powers here. Forgot I turned them off for the screenshot. So vain. All right, this guy has a lot more incoming damage compared to the other ones I've shown you. So that's a nice, interesting note. Okay, he does not have all the level of control as my other guys. So a lot riskier. All right, let's see if I can do some crazy stuff. See what else we can play with. This guy's gonna be much stronger on a team than solo. So I'll probably not do the +3 × 8. Just given what I'm seeing here, I think it's going to be a lot riskier. I don't think I've ever actually soloed this guy before. I probably should turn that on too. Alright. Rusty, rusty, rusty. Can't remember the last time I played this guy. Alright, let's double nuke this crappers here. I mean, probably against smaller numbers of higher level foes, he's probably just fine. But large numbers, how'd you get in there? Large numbers of foes is probably a little bit trickier. All right, different tact here. Interesting. Well, thank goodness for shitty aggro rules. Alright, so nuke this shitters. Oh, probably didn't want to do that because I'm going to get smoked. Kill or be killed, people. It's Lucretia. Alright, this guy's a lot more interesting. Huh? I have to figure out his scheme here. I'm not sold on that placate power. Let's try something else. I just kind of stagger holds on people. Eliminate as many foes as I can. Alright, well, that was fairly risque. Let me go ahead and pause it, and then we'll decide if I'm going to do +3 × 8 just to see. Again, maybe some of this is just rust. Shake that off. Let's see what happens. +3 × 8. Be right back. Alright, I am back. These are 54s in front of me, but the mission is set to +3 × 8. More council, so I'm going to kind of continue with my initial double solo mission effort, kind of see what each of these builds is capable of, so I might as well stick with it. Let me go ahead and get myself together here. Now that I'm a little more familiar with this guy again, I know what he can and can't do a little bit better. So let's just talk about jacking these people up. Wolf somewhere. Do this. There we go. Alright, so I guess the strategy is just blast the ever-living Jesus out of these enemies before they can do the same to me. Like a good blaster should, right? Here they come. This guy is just... he's either killing or dying. Well, you can tell he can lay down some damage, right? I mean, that's obvious. Survivability, not so much. I'll figure out a strategy for him, I guess. First, try that. Or try some different combos. So far, I've been relying upon just brute force. I could try to be a little more tactical. This room's always a killer because you got one group there. Oftentimes, there's another group at the far end in the hallway there, the little door. And then we got a group right over here that we can't see. So this is usually the death of a lot of teams because they charge in there and get murdered. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's pull these guys up here. Just like that. Okay. Werewolves. A lot of guys came up here. They are. Alright, so soloing is pretty dangerous for this guy. What's weird is how your nuke does not aggro, but if you lead with Ionic, it does. What's up with that? I guess because the debuff triggers. I don't know. Something. I'm going to level up soon. Some more 54s for fun. I'm not going to do it yet, but might just fire up my pets. Hold this guy, kill that guy, try to kick this guy. Alright, enough of this. I'm going to try not to change strategy like by summoning pets. Just kind of keep with what I was doing in the previous 3. Are these guys going to come over here or what? I should watch what I ask for. Come on. Oh no. That was close. God, enough of the stuns, guys. Come on. I don't know if I'm getting more 54s, but this just seems hella dangerous, you know? I think I got them all. I gotta say, this is a little bit of a nail biter. A little bit of a nail biter. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot more level 54s at this. F it, let's go in. Getting stunned like a big dog. You gotta be kidding me. I'm getting stunned and slapped by everything. I'm not gonna leave if that's what they're hoping. See how many level 54s are on this map? I feel like most of the groups have been 54. Alright, you know what? Screw it. Bust out my little pets here. That's why you got them, right? This has been crushing me. They seem to be hitting me no matter what. Look, another group of 54s. Imagine that. That's fine. They want to play prison rules. I'm all for it. I mean, about 3 out of every 4 groups has been 54s. Let's do this, do that. This could be it. Yep. All right. I'm going to admit it, that was dangerous as hell. Not impossibly so, but there's plenty of red line hit point times there. All right. I think this guy is a great example of a team build. I mean, he's going to be really good on a team because he can supplement any controller or dominator out there with some holds. The end drain, if anybody else has provided end drain, is going to give some nice damage boost to him. And then just the damage that he's going to be able to throw out there and suppress enemies, that sort of thing. Solo, that's not his game. And that's fine. You don't need every build that you ever make to be some solo supremacist artist. But of the fourth blaster now here that I've shown, he's obviously the weakest at solo. And that's just because he doesn't have a lot of really defense. He's got some AoE, but other than that, I mean, he's getting mezzed a lot. He doesn't have Clarion. The only thing he's got for defense on Mez is his control radial and then some break freeze. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause this and see if I can get on a team or get a team going. Be right back. All right, I've assembled a squad of killers and name takers, running some hero vigilante tips. I don't know what they are. I forgot. But we're over here in PI again. We got ourselves a scrapper, corruptor, a couple sentinels, another corruptor, dominator, controller. So we're all set. We got it all. Nice. Fire it up. Hell, they're ready. What? I don't know what level these guys are. I probably should check that out before we get too crazy, right? Let's throw a Ionic in there. I'm pretty sure I teamed with Shaman Shard yesterday, or the other day with one of my other alts. Level 35, rockin'. A lot of range on this squad. So throwing out some holds. Somebody's down. I don't know who that was. What was that? What else we got? We got 35, vet level 6, level 9, all right. Vet level 23, okay. Level 21, I got a couple lower level folks. 33 and 34. All right, so we're a little bit of a softer team, but not crazy amounts. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Should have enough control here. Okay, now we're... Oh, shoot. I almost ran right into that ship. Shit, they saw me. What the frick? Somebody's down. Who is it? Our sentinel friend. Toast. What level is that scrapper? Actions. Oops, I think I just trigger another fucking... That's just... Oh, hell, guys. What's going on? Probably pay attention to what I'm doing. Alright, anyways, I was saying, Bone the Warden, he was in the wall. See, our scrapper's 35. He's our big beefcake. Oh, dark armor. I'm not so beefy. Sorry, dark armor. F it. There's polar shift off to the left. Swear to God, I've been like stunned, slept, and everything else. This is what I hate, not having Clarion like on a blaster. Hold this bastard. Stun, of course. Jeez. I gotta go back, watch this video, and see how many times I've been stunned. And slept and held so far. It's about 3 times easily per mission. Go for it. Got a couple more for us. Let's see. Agent somebody or another. Senior somebody or another. Alright, let's do Agent, or sorry, Angie. That was Agent. Angie Firkins. Yeah, if you want. If you'd like. Let's see, they want to know if you got some. If you have some you'd like to do, sure. Oh, somebody bailed. Somebody couldn't handle it. can of beams. Thanks to the team. Yeah, later beams. Let's see, who do we got? 54 times 8 tips. Team looking for one more PI. Oh, two more. Let's see. Think mine are Vig, but doesn't matter. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's see, one more person. A couple people couldn't handle the heat. $54 times 8 tips. Team looking for one more person. Peregrine Isle, go. 3, 4. Guess people hate tips teams. They all want a firm. All right, I've got my 8th. We have our 8th. I've got a mastermind. We got, and I don't know what Quaza is. So we lost one of our corruptors. We lost a sentinel, but we've got another scrapper, and we have a mastermind. So let's do it. Greetings. Greetings. Let's spell greetings be nice. All right, we're heading in. All right, we'll run at least a couple more missions here, I think. See what happens. One of the other players decided to get a couple of tips as well, so EM Wave Ranger, maybe I'll run one of theirs next just to thank them for contributing. That's how blasters do it right there, guys. Come on, freaking hell. Enough. Uh-oh, somebody's dying up there. Enough for you. One, two, three. No proc on that. Okay. Let's check the level of these new folks to see if they're going to be all right. Let's see. Level 2. Probably not. All right. Well, that's when I say, you know what? You got the balls to be here at level 2. I'm all for you. As long as you're contributing, I don't care. I think they're kind of waiting for me to lead or something. I'm not the beefcake, guys. Okay, you saw my solo missions, right? Uh-oh, somebody's dead. I'm suspecting they might have aggroed the corner. Yeah, that's what happened. You silly gooses. They just had to aggro the other side, didn't they? Normally I don't mind sort of taking the lead, but this particular build is not super steady to just charge in there and kick ass when I'm a little bit shaky on the followers here. They seem to be all very hesitant. Alright, give me some more greens. Okay, my placate might have just saved me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start pulling my pets out for this crap. Level 33 controller. What powers do you have? Dark Affinity. I'm not feeling much in the way of debuff here, guys. Not putting it all on that guy, but... Okay, come on out. Oh, great. Probably gonna regret this. All right, let's take her out. Something bad's happening. What is going on down there, guys? Forget it. What's they? Oh, they went and attacked another group. Guys, what are you doing? Trying to get. I guess I should have typed. Let's get out of here. Gonna get more and more guys showing up, people. Incoming. Jesus, you guys gotta be kidding me. We gotta get her out. We got incoming groups on our ass. Gotta get her out. You guys are fucking kidding me. What the fuck are you taking them to me for? Get away from me. Alright, enough of this shit. Great. Guys, this is what happens when you get a bunch of people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Wow. Dude, man, we split up between more XP and getting that chick out. The hostage out. And then somebody quits like a baby. Who's that? All right. Listen, guys. Stay together, right? We had her. I should have typed it. I know. That was my bad. But then the rest of the group decides to go down and engage another group. The problem is once you rescue a hostage, the enemies start coming for them within a minute or two. Somebody couldn't handle it. The heat and quit. Our MM. Alright, enough of this shit. There, just like that. Like that. If I had some fucking Mez protection, you know what I'm saying? Alright, gone. Okay, get her ass out. Get her ass out. Get her. Oh, my lord, guys. Come on. Yeah, so like half the team or more goes to get the last group in the back corner. Meanwhile, we have the super long way to get out of here. And all those mobs start showing up. Ambushers. All right, let's do another one. Let's see if this gets any better. All right. So far, it's been fairly abusive experience, to be honest. Oh, my God. Got a couple people dropping out. That MM just quit in the middle of the last mission. Couldn't handle it. I don't know what happened. I'm eating Skittles like it's my job here. And I don't think we have a damn support in sight. We got a corruptor, you know? Got a corruptor, we got a controller. I'm like, let's get some. What we got? Okay, he's been throwing some rad out there. I haven't seen the controller do any dark, whatever the frick. Hey, I don't know. I'll have to watch the vid later to see what's going on, but most of the time I feel like I'm out on an island here. Our sentinel's gone. Alright, see, look, we got a sentinel out there with a set of nuts. Oh no! Can I get him? Yes. Just as he teleported. See what I'm saying? We need one effing guy to make the difference here. I think we finally got it with our sentinel. So I just needed one other person to join me up here. Alright, Void is the missing piece, I think. Oh wait, I think it was a hole in the ground. I didn't notice. I wasn't paying attention. Probably. Yep. See, I feel more confident now that I've got somebody else who's able to dive in there. I don't mind being the beta, if you know what I'm saying. Someone else gets in there, then I can follow up. See if I have any more experience power attempts. It's crazy how much difference one player makes. What level is this guy? See, he's aggressive. You need at least one on your team. Void, vet level. Yeah, see, vet level 30. You can tell the difference right there. Not saying all vet level people are awesome, but he's obviously got some experience. He knows his character. He knows what he can do. See, he got a bunch of set bonuses. Yeah, so he's got a great build, you can tell. So it's going to give him confidence. He's going to go in there and kick ass. Uh-oh. Man down. All right. One guy. One guy makes a difference. Void. Good job. All right, I'm going to do one more because now I feel a little bit heartened by... Oh, now we lost a couple. See, look at that. People just can't hang today. What's going on? What is up? We'll do one more anyway. 54 times 8 tips team, looking for 2 more. I don't feel like I've had a good chance to really showcase much because I don't want to say cover for these other guys, but had a lot to try to cover for, if that makes any sense. All right, so Void is here. Void has made a huge difference. Huge difference. Just that one mission. I want to see if it continues. All right, one more. 54 times 8 tips. Team looking for 2 more PI. What do we lose? I don't even remember what the hell we had anymore. The man is down. All right, the man. Let's see if he's the man. Here's to hoping you live up to your name. $54 times 8 tips team is now full. The man. The man. All right, now we look like we have a much more solid team here. We got a tank, we got a defender. I mean, it should be a cakewalk. Should be, knock on wood. All right, let's see if the man lives up to the reputation. I want to jinx him. I'm just going to have to, like, get a bunch of break frees. Longbows, my least favorite. All right, he's a vet, looks like. Yeah, all right. He should be fine, right? So, I mean, this character is not built to carry the team. All right, tank is kind of going up to the next group, which is fine if he can handle it. Looks like he's not handling it too well. And our defender is, are they, I think I just heard some empathy. As in the power set, not literal empathy. All right, things are getting smoother now. We got some real beef instead of beef light. Sorry, scrappers. Oh, did he almost kill that guy? Wow. Wow, that controller just dodged a freaking bullet. Oof. Somebody got punished. Our scrapper, you got punished. Punished. Well, now look, Void's doing his own thing. I mean, come on, dude. That's what I'm talking about. You got two people that can just kick ass. The Man and Void. Good job, fellas. Good job. See, you got a couple of ass kickers on the team now. I'm not saying necessarily their builds are great, just they're aggressive players. They're using their skills. They know what they're doing. Now I can start to bait a hit like I wanted. Nice. So there's no shame in being like a beta hitter. I mean, not everybody can be just the alpha dog, right? Like, if that's your role, that's your role. Nice. All right. That was that. Nice work. Pause and get out of here. All right, that's a classic example of just one or two players swapping. You can see the candy pants people, they dropped, and we replaced it with a couple of people who have some sack, know what they're doing, and instant coin flip. I mean, come on. Night and frickin' day. All right, I'm going to wrap it with this. This guy, he does his thing. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing at this point, but, it is what it is. He does some holding. He's a great sort of beta hitter, what I would call, where he comes in with his damage secondarily. You just need someone else to kind of, yep, someone else can go in there. So once we had our tank, we had our sentinel in there, I was able then to do my thing with this guy, which is lay down some damage, throw out some controls, you know. But originally, we didn't have that. People are kind of like, I guess, waiting for me to charge in there. It's like, this guy doesn't charge in. So, all right. Anyway, Electric Blast, Ninjutsu, Electric Mastery. You see what it can do. Maybe it's for you. No rhyme intended. But make one, play one. Peace out.